despite the promise by the Independent National Electoral Commission that the gubernatorial and House of Assembly elections will be devoid of technical glitches, ad hoc staff at some polling units were unable to upload and transmit results electronically. Others claim they were instructed by INEC not to upload their results at the polling units.
We are not uploading.
That means no need to say the
Yes. We are not uploading. If you want us to vote, we will vote you now. But if you don't want us to vote you, no problem. We are not uploading. We are not uploading. We are not uploading. We are not uploading. Your political agents, they are all aware of it. We are not uploading. We are not uploading. We are not uploading. We are not to upload. We are not uploading.
Okay, Mona can give you now one give. I no vote.
Uploading.
Why can't they suffer myself here?
Why don't you say, come on,
and the message is that after the election, we are going to transmit the election, collect the election at the collation center. And so we are not transmitting it here at the polling unit today.
Why?
Who told you?
What does he not say? Who
told you this?
Who sent you? Who said that?
Who told you this, please? Please, let us take it easy with him.
We are required to enter a certain password. When we request that password, also when they the result will not be uploaded.
Okay, they didn't give you the password.
They give us the password.
Oh.
That password, we can't do anything.
This is Ayetoro Primary School, Agoda. And this is what our presiding officers are telling us this morning. That they were given the instruction not to upload results from the polling unit. The code was not given to them. The SPO told them that they are not going to upload from the polling units.
Okay, we are value. Let's go.
Wait, are you going to accredit at the polling unit?
We are going to the rack center. That is where the network is from. Go to the rack center.
Hold on. Please, hold on. Madam, what's your name again? Madam, please, madam, what's your name again? What's your name again, please? What's your name again?
Without uploading, you are going home. You are leaving us, INEC. I'm shouting, the world should hear us. It's wrong, it's not fair. We are told that it should be uploaded. You made mistake in presidential election. You won't make mistake in this one. We are seeing the mistake. You captured us. It was loaded.
They have not uploaded and
to upload the result, you cannot upload it. It's wrong, it's fair, it's unfair. Completely unfair. And you are going with party agents. Huh? You are going with party agents. It's wrong. This country, God will come down from heaven and judge evil in this country. He will come down and judge it. You can't stay. You can stay up till 5 o'clock to make sure you upload it. They are pulling you away. Go. Police, follow them and go. Record me. Let the world hear my voice. Send it anywhere you like. All of you, go. This is evil. Rubbish. This is bad.
I mean, Steve, this is so appalling to see. I mean, I believe that Reverend Father was in River State. That video went viral yesterday. And we saw the same thing happen in some polling units in Lagos. What is the problem? The issue now is, I mean, there are even some reports that there are some websites that are even uploading reports. What is the difficulty? INEC to upload these results?
I think, you know, if we look at the fact that the main reason why there's been voter apathy, why many people didn't turn out, is because of the failure of INEC during the presidential elections, presidential and the National Assembly elections, to do that which they promised. Not only was there another promise to say that we will do better, and as a matter of fact, we will upload as contained in our guidelines. There was a court judgment,
yes,
you know, mandating INEC to do that. For you now to see in many states across the federation that the very opposite of what was promised and what was mandated by the court is what we witnessed, is so appalling. It's so demoralizing. I mean, look at that young. I struggle to believe that she will be a proper INEC staff the young lady that we saw somewhere there in Lagos saying that we will not upload, we will not do this. I mean, there was even another one where the lady, another lady, after making the announcement, went to sit, and people approached her to say, can you clarify to us, we are voters, we are responsible Nigerians, so that we know that if what you're saying is the instruction from the REC and from INEC itself. She just basically put her head down, you know, on the stool and refused to answer, to respond to anybody. I mean, what audacity, what sort of manners, you know? So you're wondering that are these the type of staff, and whether ad hoc or serious staff, that INEC will employ to deal with this level of, you know, voting exercise? I mean, because it rubs off badly on INEC, it rubs off badly on Nigeria. What was the whole point of the training that we were told that INEC had?
What was the point of extending the election?
Because they needed to get it right.
I mean,
how much have they gotten it right now? Because from what we have seen yesterday all over the country, remove the violence which INEC didn't have control over, but which of course had a debilitating effect on the credibility of the vote itself. But the things that were within the purview of INEC, making sure that as people were voting, and as you have promised that you do, you will upload the results on your IREV, and then we couldn't get that. I mean, and there hasn't been a line from INEC to say that, oh, there are areas where we had issues, but we will correct them or we will deal with them. I don't think that this is good enough. I don't think that is good for the image of INEC. I don't think that it provides justification for the amount of money, taxpayers' money, that was voted,
there is no
for this exercise. It's just
you can see this particular ad hoc staff that was shown earlier was saying that they weren't provided a password. I mean, what is that? What could that be?
One said that network will be at the collation center. At
the collation center, but you weren't provided a password. For what reason? I mean, INEC needs to clarify these videos.
Those are cheap excuses. I mean, those, in my opinion, were designed to deceive. It can be right, it can be proper, and it can be acceptable, frankly speaking.
Absolutely. And you know, as we highlighted earlier, we had violence all over the country. If we can pull up the amateur video so that our viewers can see.
Pursue them with the dog. Pursue them. Pursue them. Keep going. Pursue them with the dog. Pursue them with the dog. Pursue them with the dog.
This is Teddy LA Primary School. That hoodlums came here. APC talks came in here. Since morning they've been here monitoring the exercise. In the process, they decided to disrupt the whole exercise. They burnt everything down. Destroyed every electoral material has been destroyed.
Oga, the book for ways. I did the guy, I did tell you.
You've come to scatter election now, isn't it?
This is Unit 5. Voting material Unit 5. Unit 5. Unit 5. Unit 5. Unit 5.
Take the paper. Where are you? Making this go. Let's see the talk. Maybe I pass my way. I am taking them. As a candidate, some of my friends. Before you know it, I saw about 50 boys. About 11 of them were OPC members.
they attacked me. They took my gold watch. Took my gold bangle.
I'm the witness. I'm the witness.
Tear my clothes, start beating me like a criminal because I'm coming out to vote as a candidate of Labour Party. What have we done to APC in this country? Have we gone to run away for APC in this country? Please, Nigeria should arise. Enough is enough for APC. It's too much for them.
Yes.
Wasu is here. Wasu is here beating people. Wasu INEC, the musician, is here beating people. He want to take pulling voting material into his president.
You mean Kwan?
Kwan one, yes. Ladia Jomole is there mobilizing criminals to attack Labour Party agents everywhere. And the policemen are there. They are even joining the army to attack Labour Party agents. Go to any police unit, you see police putting away polling unit agents of Labour Party. I'm going on the INEC chairman to cancel this election.
I mean, these videos were circulating all over social media,
Yeah,
Steve, but it was good to see that one of those ballot box snatchers was apprehended by the police.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that video.
Yeah,
I believe
yeah.
our reporter covered that particular situation there.
Yes.
But, I mean, there are reports about 17 people were killed.
All over the country.
All over the country. I mean, this is unacceptable, Steve.
And we were not in a war situation.
No.
It was just an election.
Just an election.
You know, I hear warring statements like there were pockets of violence and that, the sort of a thing that happened will not be considered sufficient to adjudge the entire election not to be credible. And I'm like, it's an election. What level of violence will we have to get to before you can accept and admit that there were issues? We were not in a war situation. It's just an election. And this brings me back to, I'm trying to draw a parallel with what we witnessed 2.5 years ago during NSAS. And when people say to you, that it was just a youth who didn't know what they were doing, that were making an issue of it. DJ Switch, was just doing what she liked. But then each time that you see the video and you see the evidence of people that were killed, people that can be accounted for, people that were maimed and all the injuries, then you know that something horrendous happened on that day. Yes, Oji, we said that this is an amateur video, but by the time that you will have a 20-30 minutes documentary of what happened yesterday in Lagos State, in Rivers State, in Anambra State, in Abia State, in many other places, even in the north, where there was a widespread vote buying, so much so that EFCC claimed that about 67 people have been arrested. I'm saying that by the time you see such a documentary, then you will have to ask yourself again if the pass mark that you are trying to force on people that INEC has done well with what has happened yesterday is justified or is deserving. Because what level of violence and injustice and voter suppression will we have to descend to before we can say that what happened yesterday was not proper, was not right, is not acceptable, and therefore should call for a review of the sort of pass mark that we give to the electoral umpire. Yes. I think that it was bad. Yes, you will say that, on the street it looks peaceful. You can say that when people got to certain polling units, beavers walked and everything. But you have to put things in perspective, in totality. Can we even determine, for example, the number of voters who had their PVCs but were denied voting, who couldn't exercise their franchise? People who will have to say to non-state actors, prove that you are from a particular tribe before you are allowed to enter, before you are allowed to vote. Even when you now get access to vote and to have your ballot paper, you now have to promise to some people that this is the person that I'm voting for. Are we going to say that, because those were pockets of irregularities, therefore it shouldn't affect what happened? I mean, should people in VGC in Lagos State, for example, or the two local governments in Rivers State, where the election had to be postponed, feel that they will be proud of INEC for whatever reason, when they couldn't exercise their franchise yesterday. I think that a review is necessary. And if there is sincerity and we abide by, our best global practices, I think that what we consider to be fair and credible will need a review.
Proper review.
Absolutely. If we really think that we are serious in this country.
Absolutely.